Well, the start of college is just right around the corner, and while you send your kids off to get a great education, some of them might need a good attorney. All right, attorney J.J. Evans is here with Hal Thurman, Kirshner, and Timms. It can help a college student facing charges. We were just talking during a commercial break. There's a lot of that going around.
There's a huge amount of it going around, and it's, I think President Bush said it best when he said, when I was young and immature, I did things that were young and immature, and that just tends to happen.
Yeah, and these days, someone may get hurt someone may get hurt while they're in college because of someone else that is acting in a stupid fashion, maybe in an intoxicated fashion, maybe under the drug influence of some sort. It's good to have an attorney in your back pocket on speed dial where you can get a hold of them if necessary, right?
I totally agree. You need to have a plan if it happens. You don't have insurance because you're going to wreck your car. You have it because in case you wreck your car. So that makes a lot of sense to me.
Going into the school year, you were a police officer for 19 years. Appreciate you doing that. What sort of criminal cases as an attorney now that you see once we start the school year? And I can imagine there's a list.
minor in possession of alcohol seems to be number one. Simple possession of marijuana, whether you agree with it or not, is becoming legal in a lot of states, but here it's still not. So you see a lot of that. Disorderly conduct.
You see that? Do you see the disorderly conduct more than someone being drunk and causing a problem? I guess it's kind of almost tied in together, right?
I tell you, we see the disorderly conduct a lot of times outside of a club or something downtown or anywhere else where maybe the young person wasn't allowed in, and because of not having a proper ID, and then they become angry, and next thing you know, they're arrested for disorderly conduct. And
there's a lot of stuff on Facebook and YouTube now of people that get so intoxicated they're insulting and actually threatening the police officer, and that's the last thing you want to do.
That is,
if you've got any consciousness about you, that's the last thing you want to do.
The police officers are actually there to help you. They will work with you to keep you from going to jail, but you could certainly talk yourself into it.
If a college student receives a minor implication, a minor ticket of some sort, does that have something to do with the scholarship, depending on what the charge is?
Well, each school is different, and what they will look at their disciplinary procedures within, but I can tell you this, possession of drugs while you're being funded by a student loan can take you out of contention for the next semester student loan for a year.
Yeah. Is it hard to get that back?
It's a 1 year waiting period as I read it. So you could basically have to not go to college for a year if you're depending on student loans.
How can hiring someone like yourself help that college student? At least the introduction of saying, hey, this is my son Johnny, and this is J.J. Evans. I want you two to be acquainted with each other. In case, Johnny, you get in trouble, this is the man you call. Is that pretty important to do that sort of thing?
I believe so, simply because we know the questions to ask and we know how to approach the prosecutors in these cases. There are a lot of programs out there to help a young person not be convicted and actually have the arrest expunged. So the way I look at it is 10 years down the road, he's going to be looking for a job. He's a great candidate. He has everything going for him. There's another great candidate that has everything going for him. He has a drug conviction. He doesn't. Who gets the job?
Yeah.
So it's very important to not look at the here and now, but down the road is why you would want to retain an attorney to make sure that that doesn't affect their future.
Exactly. We got a few seconds left. What bit of advice would you give a student that's out there to kind of keep their nose clean, really?
First of all, if you come in contact with the police, be courteous and be polite and understand they're there to help you. And second of all, there is no reason to go out in public and be disruptive. It's not going to bring you any joy whatsoever.
And this is not only coming from J.J. Evans as a lawyer, but also 19 years in the police force. I know you've seen just about everything.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you for being here. We've got more coming up with Erin. We're going to turn it over to her right now with some school shopping tips.